The movie depicts the story of Friedrich Weimer, a young man living in Germany in 1942. Despite his desire to study further, Friedrich's family's financial situation prevents him from pursuing higher education. His father hopes that Friedrich will become a higher-level factory worker and improve their living conditions. Friedrich's passion lies in boxing, and he regularly trains at the local gym. One day, a boxing trainer and teacher from a Nazi school called Napola brings his students to the gym. Friedrich is asked to fight a student who is a professional boxer. Although Friedrich feels sympathy for his opponent, he impresses the trainer with his skills and is noticed for his potential. The trainer encourages him to apply for Napola, which is an elite academy for future soldiers. Initially, Friedrich is reluctant due to his father's anti-Nazi stance. However, he realizes that if he graduates from Napola, he will have a secure future and financial stability. He goes through the application process, passing all the required tests and evaluations. The final step is to obtain his father's consent by getting his signature on the application form. When Friedrich returns home to seek his father's approval, he is met with rejection and anger. His father adamantly refuses to sign the papers, urging him to abandon the idea. Friedrich has a heartfelt conversation with his younger brother, explaining the situation and saying goodbye. Later that night, Friedrich forges his father's signature and runs away from home. Friedrich hitchhikes to Allenstein, where Napola is located, and finally arrives at the academy. The grandeur of the castle-like academy leaves him speechless. He is introduced to his roommate, Christoph, who helps him settle in. Friedrich meets his other roommates, Heffa, Jordan, and Siggy, who are all friendly and welcoming. Their training at Napola begins under the supervision of a harsh instructor named Karl Jaha. They undergo physical and ideological training, including studying Hitler's speeches, writing essays about Nazi ideology, and learning to shoot and use various weapons. Friedrich also joins the academy's boxing club, aiming to win a championship and bring glory to Napola. Throughout their time at the academy, Friedrich forms a close friendship with Albrecht Stein, who is the son of the city's governor. Albrecht is less interested in becoming a soldier and instead enjoys writing poems and essays. Friedrich helps Albrecht with his essays, and their bond strengthens. However, Friedrich is faced with moral dilemmas and internal conflicts. He must make difficult choices, such as winning a boxing match against an opponent who had already given up. Albrecht, on the other hand, opposes such ruthless behavior and questions the ethics of their actions. Tragedy strikes when Siggy, one of their roommates, dies while saving others during a training exercise involving stick grenades. Friedrich questions the irresponsible behavior of their trainer, who had shown cowardice in the face of danger. The incident deepens Friedrich's disillusionment with the Nazi ideology and the behavior of those in power. Albrecht's defiance grows, and he writes a poem criticizing his father's actions, which leads to his expulsion from Napola. He is subsequently drafted to fight on the Eastern Front. Friedrich struggles to understand Albrecht's actions, but eventually comes to appreciate his friend's courage and principles. In a tragic turn of events, Albrecht drowns during a training exercise in a frozen lake. Friedrich mourns his friend's death and writes an obituary, but the director refuses to publish it because Albrecht didn't die for his leader or nation. Friedrich's path takes another blow when he loses a crucial boxing match, resulting in humiliation and his expulsion from Napola. He is stripped of his uniform and forced to leave the academy. Disgraced and disillusioned, Friedrich returns home to his family, who are shocked and disappointed by his actions. He must face the consequences of his choices and try to rebuild his life. Back in his hometown, Friedrich struggles to find employment and faces discrimination due to his association with Napola. The once promising future he envisioned for himself seems out of reach. However, Friedrich's experiences at the academy have left a profound impact on him, causing him to question the ideology he once embraced. Friedrich begins seeking out like-minded individuals who oppose the Nazi regime. He becomes involved in underground resistance activities, distributing anti-Nazi propaganda and helping Jews and other persecuted individuals escape. Friedrich's dedication to the resistance grows, fueled by his desire to make amends for his past actions and contribute to a better future. As the war intensifies and Allied forces advance, Friedrich's activities become increasingly dangerous. He works closely with a small group of resistance fighters, devising plans to disrupt Nazi operations and gather crucial intelligence. Despite the constant risk to his own life, Friedrich is determined to fight for justice and freedom. During a mission to sabotage a Nazi supply depot, Friedrich is captured by the Gestapo. He endures brutal interrogations and torture but refuses to divulge any information about the resistance network. Friedrich's resilience and loyalty inspire his fellow prisoners, who see him as a symbol of resistance and defiance. However, Friedrich's luck runs out, and he is sentenced to death by the Nazi regime. In his final moments, Friedrich reflects on his journey, the choices he made, and the impact he had on others. He finds solace in knowing that he fought for what he believed was right, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. Friedrich's story ends with his execution, but his legacy lives on. The resistance network he was a part of continues its fight, contributing to the eventual downfall of the Nazi regime. Friedrich's bravery and sacrifice serve as a reminder of the human capacity for courage and resistance in the darkest of times. The movie Napola explores themes of loyalty, disillusionment, and the struggle to maintain one's integrity in a totalitarian regime. It sheds light on